I'm going deer hunting with Walmart's cheapest bow. So let's head on out to my local Walmart, find their cheapest option, and put it to the ultimate test. Can it be done? I don't know. You probably don't know. But by the end of this video, we will know. Let's head on out to Walmart. Right here it is, Walmart's cheapest bow. This is not a youth bow. This is an adult version. This is a Bear archery bow. So that's pretty cool. Bear's a pretty reputable brand. I don't feel like they would put out something just terrible, but it's really, really cheap. We're not going to talk about what's in it right now. All I'm going to say is it's $250, and there's bows out there that are like $3 grand. And just like in Amazon's cheapest bow that we tried, you can buy like 10 of these for the price of one of those. Is it worth it? We're going to find out. So before we open up the bow and really take a look at what we got, we're first going to take a look at our hunting location. This isn't the spot that we've been hunting a lot this year. The hunting location that we really put time into is just not produced so far in the season. The whole reason that we're making this switch really is because there has been some giant bucks killed in these woods in this exact location. But the ones that have been killed aren't the only ones that are in here. There's more. They've been spotted. And I can definitely say the biggest buck in my life is living in these woods. With that said, we're going to get our saddle set up. We'll show you guys how that works. We're going to do some trimming. Zach's over here got the tree trimmer and pretty much just get everything ready for us to show up. You don't want a limb getting in the way when you got your sights on a big buck. We got some work to do. All right, I got my saddle on right now. This is the actual saddle. I've got it set up actually already over there. I'm going to show you guys how that setup is. I got my little pouch. I keep my ropes in. Nice little pouch here. And it's basically like a big diaper. I will be up there. Zach actually bought a saddle too, but he's still a little sketched out by it. So he's not quite there yet. I'm pretty comfortable. But this right here is what James BDZ is going to be riding in on. This thing's been here since World War II.
This is my type of tree stand right here. This is perfect.
James don't like tree stands at all. But
hate trees. Hate heights. I'm a ground dweller.
And there's some other names as well. But I'm not going to talk about that. Anyway, we got some horns here. Hopefully be rattling in a big buck. There's not really much to do for this setup. We've got some stuff already laying here for the hunt. I'm gonna go ahead, get up in my stand, get you guys over on the GoPro, and we're gonna start figuring out what we need to cut. Make sure we got good shooting lanes. Right up here's my stand. I'm thinking this tree right here probably needs to be trimmed up a little bit. We don't want to take away too much of my cover. Kind of want to be covered a little bit. It's pretty thick in here though, so we're gonna have to cut some stuff down. These limbs right here on this tree just kind of fell over. It's definitely got to go. On the other side of it's a real good deer trail. That is probably the ideal shooting lane for me. So these have to go first, and then I'll probably hop up in the stand and make some call outs to the guys down here, let them trim it up.
Well, and also, I mean, you're really high up there. So, I mean, they shouldn't, be able to see you anyway. This is all for your benefit.
Right. The higher up you go, probably the less cover you need, but mostly about shooting lanes. That's the big one. Okay, so while he's over there doing some trimming, I'm gonna start ascending the tree. And this right here is my lineman's belt, which just goes around the tree until I get to the top where I will attach another rope. Clip that on, tighten this up. My first few aiders are what they call aiders. They're gonna get me up to these metal steps, and these things are just attached to the tree via this little strap. And we got another aider there. We're going up there, that's where we're going. All right, get my foot in the strap. Gotta keep our lineman belt above us. These aiders can be tricky. Basically just hugging this tree until we get to the top. Now, I can just put all pressure on this, and I should, even if I do fall, I shouldn't fall very far. These little pouches come in clutch when you're trying to go light. We're going approximately 20-ish foot up in this tree, one step at a time, one step at a time. So when you're setting these things up, I know I didn't really video it, but you basically set up one of these sticks, go to the top step, you got your lineman's rope on, and set another stick up top till eventually you get to your platform. Right up the tree we go. This is called saddle hunting for people that don't know. It's kind of a new style. Last few years it's really gained popularity. To the top step, get that above the platform. Now, there we go. I did bring my other bow up here. We will be bringing Walmart's cheapest. This one's just been hanging up here since yesterday. I believe it was when we hung this, or whenever it was the day before. Now we take this, which is attached to our saddle. I can lean back. We're just gonna attach that. I forgot what this thing is called, but it's just attached to the saddle. Now we're attached. This rope can only go one way, because if it goes down, it catches on these little teeth. This thing's called an ascender. I don't know if you guys care about it, but it's pretty cool. So I'm gonna go ahead, make sure my platform's good and sturdy. Feels good. Step over on it. Now I can take this thing off and just hang with this. This was already left up here, but it basically just wraps around the tree and you pull this through, and now I can just hang from this. That's pretty much how saddle hunting works. And now, here I am. How's it going?
It's going. I like where I'm at.
You wouldn't come up here for nothing, would you? So right here, there's the GoPro set up. I can kind of make it come down here too, but that's where it is for now. This is a tree hanger for my bow. Like I said, this will not be the bow we're using. That is basically how it's gonna be. So I can grab this bow, move around this tree, turn around over here. I can come to this side, say James was a deer, pull this back just like that. Got you. That's pretty much the setup. Can be tricky to get to that side sometimes, but I think we're solid. So just focus on this area. I would go ahead and knock those two limbs down right there. there too. If I wanted more cover, I could leave those and just cut the limbs off, but I think it's fine just to cut it. And then maybe right here, we'll take out a few of these as well. That way, if they walk right here, I don't have a limb. Even the smallest limb can knock off the shot. So yeah, you can see I'm pretty high up here. A lot of people get higher than this, 20, 30 foot. I'm currently at 20. This is about as high as I've been, but I really, at this point, I don't feel like going any higher is any more scary. So you can see, got a nice little creek here. I got all this. Pretty happy with how this looks right now. So this right here was not available before we trimmed this tree. Now, that is a perfect shot location. Now we just gotta work over here. All right, right there's my stand. We put out paths pretty much in every angle. And we're also putting out a trail camera just to see exactly what it is that's traveling this path. Whatever we get on trail camera, it's gonna be perfectly in my shooting lane. With that said, let's go check out the bow. All right, we got the bow back here at the house. We're getting ready to unbox it. Let's see what's inside. There we go. Oh, look at that. That's kind of satisfying. Look at this. Bunch of little goodies in here. Got the quiver and the arrows already together. We got a release.
There, you got the arrows like in there too.
Yeah,
like,
nice and straight. And we got little field tips on them, so that's cool. RTH, ready to hunt. I don't know about this release. It's not like a little stiff thing here. And James, look at this. If you're James and don't know how to shoot a bow properly, they got this little thing that goes on your arm. That protects you.
I need that.
James has really messed his arm up a few times, so maybe you can give this one a try.
My arm is just now healing from the Amazon bow.
And right here is the grand prize. Boom, there it is, the bear. Okay.
28-inch draw length.
Draw length up to 28 inches. Draw weight 20 to 50 pounds, 70% let off, and 290 feet per second. And there is a little peep sight on that. Sweet. I'm just gonna tell you right out the gate, this little release, it sucks. I feel like I have no circulation in my hand. This does feel like a youth release, so I don't know about that. There's the little trigger. It's actually a nice little release from here up. It's not too bad. You just barely touch it and it just opens. And this is a really fascinating way to attach your quiver. It's got these little doodads on it, and then right here, it's got these little places where the doodads go. You just put it up top, it locks in place, boom. That is pretty sick, I gotta say. I like that a lot. I think now we just need to send some arrows, see what happens, make some adjustments. Okay, we got our target buck down here. Samuel is his name. I'm about to send my first arrow down range. Back there's 20 yards, that's where we're gonna try to put our top pin. We come in a little closer just in case this thing just flies into the abyss. Also, I'm not using the release because it's just too small and I was losing feeling to my hands. Here's the first shot.
That was a miss.
Arrow is gone. We are not finding that one. Okay, yeah, the sights are not set straight out the box. PSA. We're gonna have to move the sight around and take another shot. So a couple things we've noticed already in this box. Zach's little toolbox didn't have what we needed, so he's gonna go find one of those. We don't have Allen wrenches to fit this, which was provided to us in other bows that we've gotten. And plus, they did not send a stabilizer. And I thought, well, maybe it's just in the box. But if you come over to the box, you can see they don't have one on there either.
So a few things so far. Oh!
Shaking like a dog crapping peach seeds. So that ain't stable. Okay, it really don't make that big of a difference, but if I shot this for any period of time, I would use a stabilizer. So these are the little broadheads it comes with. Oh, that looks, what? That is about the sorriest looking broadhead I have ever seen. So after further review, when you put an arrow on, they do open up a little bit. I still think they could open a little more. I don't know, comment down below what y'all think about that. I've seen mixed reviews on these. Where'd that go?
Right through the head.
Golly, it's shooting way left, brother.
Oh man. Tate, you were an inch away from that arrow being gone.
I think it probably dropped him because that's probably a spinal cord shot. This is gonna take a while. We're just gonna skip to the part where we kind of got it dialed in and show you the results.
Okay, we got problems.
I just fired 3 arrows from 10 yards. You see a problem here? Let me demonstrate. See that?
There's something gone.
It's laying right here on the ground. The flipping sight come off. We've tried to tighten the thing. It just keeps loosening up. I do know something we can do. We do have another sight. Okay, so this is quite a time later. We've been practicing a lot and we had to change out sights since the one fell off. This is actually from Amazon's cheapest bow, which we've already done a video over. I think we got it pretty close. We're gonna send some down range and see where we are.
All right, we're at 20 yards, right?
20 yards.
Brutal.
Where that one went. I don't think I had it in the whisker biscuit or something, I don't know. All right, well, I was going for here. I got a little bit low, so I just need to make some micro adjustments. That last arrow was just a flyer. I don't think it was in the whisker biscuit with these new whisker biscuits. They're kind of firm, so you gotta really push your arrow in there. That's my excuse, I'm sticking with it. With that said, I'm gonna take a couple more shots and I think this thing will be pretty tuned at 20 yards. And that's probably about the furthest shot that we're gonna try to take with this, which means we have to get close to the animal. With that said, let the hunting begin.
Tate, a little blooper reel here. They gave you 5 arrows and you got 2 left.
2 left.
How
really?
much more practice can you? You got 2. These 2 right here.
I got a meeting. You and BDZ go try to find them. How about that?
Okay.
We've been doing a ton of deer hunting, trying to complete this challenge for you guys. But there's a big rescue story that's happened right in the middle of all this. I'm gonna tell you about it. Come here, Bojack. Come here. This is Bojack. Bojack is a rescue puppy. Bojack was actually found abandoned or lost, whatever you want to call it, out in the woods by a deer hunter. He was cold, hungry, covered in ticks, like probably wouldn't have survived from what we understand. And the family that found him just didn't have the room for him or didn't have the time for him. They have pets and stuff, and they were trying to find a good home. And he looks like he is probably a mountain cur, I believe, which are really good squirrel dogs, and that's what we're going to try to do with him, is turn him into a squirrel dog. I've never fully trained a pup before, and you guys know we have Tequila, we have Finn in the house. Tequila's sounding off down there right now. But I'm excited for the story of Bojack. We named him Bojack. They had named him something else, but I think he just looks like a Bojack, does he not?
He looks like a Bojack.
Bojack. His tick situation's gotten a lot better. We're going to have to treat him just a little bit more for it. We're getting him used to everything around here. He's fattening up really good. You see that? The biggest thing, obviously, is making sure he has the right food. And that's where Sundays for Dogs comes in. When we take our dogs out to the field, we expect the most out of them, so why shouldn't we give them the most? Sundays for Dogs is a healthy option for your dog. It's human grade even. That means a human can literally eat it. Exhibit A. They didn't tell me to do this, but I'm gonna do it.
It's turkey.
It ain't bad. Sundays was founded by a practicing veterinarian and her husband, a software engineer, who didn't like the quality of food they were finding out in the stores. So they decided to make their own and make a really good option for you and your pup. And that's what we're gonna be using for this guy. Ain't that right?
He loves it.
He does love it. He's crazy about it. They use human grade ingredients and air dry. This is 90% protein, which is very important, and 10% superfoods. 0% preservatives or synthetics. This is probably healthier than the stuff that you're putting in your bodies at fast food restaurants. And should we add made in the USA? They have different options. I went with the turkey recipe because it's Thanksgiving almost, right?
Give all the dogs around here a Thanksgiving feast.
Because it's air dried, it is essentially just like beef jerky. You can pour this directly into a container in your pantry. You don't have to refrigerate it. This stuff is ready to go. And not only is it good for your dog, it tastes really good. Let me pull up these statistics here. This is on their website. Picky Eater approved. Sundays won a third-party taste test versus traditional dog food, 39-0. That's unanimous. This stuff is built different. Your dog will love it. I hope you guys check them out. Use my code right here. Save 50% on your first order of Sundays. It's half off. Why would you not go ahead and try it? You should definitely try it. Top link in the description. Shout out to Sundays for sponsoring this video and helping us keep our dog healthy. Bo, what are you doing in there, buddy?
He loves it.
He's turned the bag over. All right, there you go. I'll give you some pieces here. I don't want what's in your hand. I'm going for the bag.
He wants the source. You like Sundays?
I think that's enough for you, buddy. You need to go back to Monday for a while. So responsibility isn't something you want to add to yourself during deer season, but I think Bojack is well worth it. He's all comfortable here at home, chewing on my boots, but I think he's in good hands here at home. Let's get back out in the woods, see if we can complete the challenge with Walmart's cheapest bow. Ladies and gentlemen, it is 4:59 in the morning, essentially 5 o'clock. But I just want you to know I'm up early today. I've been up since like 4 o'clock. I'll be honest with you, I'm not a early bird. When it comes to hunting, fishing, I'm usually more of an evening type guy. I'm on a mission to kill the biggest buck of my entire life. It is rifle season, but I'm taking my bow as well. If I get a chance with a bow, that's what I want. That's what I prefer. But if not, and I see a big buck, we might just have to give him the old 1-2 with a 30-06. It's early. We're not going as far as we have before. There's been plenty of deer seen here. Things have went cold on our other hunting spot. And if we're gonna make this happen, it needs to happen soon. The later we get into this gun season, the more spooky the deer get, from what I understand. I'm not much of a hunter, but it only makes sense. We're trying to make it happen today. Good, cold, foggy morning. The tree stands up. We're ready to go. You ready, James?
I'm ready.
James is ready. I'm ready. I am pumped this morning. Let's freaking go. How about you, Daddy? Onward. I got some unfortunate news. We have not got a single thing on trail camera since this thing's been out here. So here's the thing. The first night we came out here and sat, we seen a ton of deer just walking right down through here. You probably can't see it, but our saddle is right there. And even the deer that we seen, the buck was over here. Now we did have some does kind of get a little bit close to us. I don't know. Something is telling me that most of the bucks are staying over here on this line close to the field. I don't know. I could be completely wrong on that. The thing is, we know we have got nothing on this trail camera, which sucks because we put a lot of work into this area. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna do some scouting. We probably should have scouted this a little better, but we know there's been deer killed right here. But we're gonna do some scouting, see if we can find some rubs, see if we can find some more sign, set this trail camera on it, and see if we can make it happen. It has been a tough season. All right, right now starts the scouting portion of today's adventure. We're looking for scrapes, we're looking for rubs, we're looking for trails, we're looking for fecal matter, all right? Pretty much anything to show us that deer are using this area for anything. So if you guys can see up there, and you probably can't, there's a little bit more of a thicket up there. And this, obviously what we're walking in is a little bit more of an open, timbered area. Where we originally were hunting, where deer were showing up a little bit after daylight, was way up that way. So we're hoping we might be able to ambush them down through this point before they get up there. And hopefully if we do that, then this will be during shooting hours. Yeah, you can see right up in here, it gets really thick, bars everywhere. Just looking for like a little path, maybe a little trail they're cutting through. You never know, you might jump one while we're back here, which is not really what we're aiming to do. Trying to be a little bit stealthy. This is the kind of stuff your deer are probably gonna wanna bed down in. They feel protected, they're away from everything. And this part of the property is way less pressured from what I understand. What we're looking for is like a little tree like this where you can see the bark has just been rubbed off. Deer, this time of year, they kind of get a little, I don't know, a little crazy, okay? And then they start fighting each other, they start rubbing horns. Now this right here looks like a pretty good trail. So we're just kind of looking for anything that could signify there's bucks in the area. These trails a lot of times are used by smaller game, right? They're used by bigger game, they're used by everything. So really just pinpointing areas, finding the high percentage places. If you do that, you can save yourself some time in the wood. I sound like I know what I'm talking about, maybe. To someone that don't know what I'm talking about. I might sound like I know what I talk about. Stroke, all right, see ya. All right, I've been back in a thicket. Zach is down here saying that he has got a rub. So let's go check it out. See what we actually got. Oh, that's beautiful.
2 of them.
That is beautiful.
2 of them side by side.
These are definitely rubs. That is a great example of a rub. There's one right over there as well. That's perfect. We got deer trails, active deer trails, like they're being used. I've seen them up in there. I don't know if we're gonna move our stand just yet. I think we put a camera up, see what kind of action we get. That's pretty promising though. Let's freaking go. We hunted for days and didn't see a single thing. And if you guys know anything about hunting, you know not seeing something is one of the most brutal things that can happen. Plus, I'm using a piece of equipment that I'm not most confident in, so that just adds to all of the uncertainty. I'm afraid to move too much, but there's a tiny deer that is working its way over here. It's pretty small. That's not the deer I really want to take. He's looking me up and down. We put a lot of time into this challenge. I didn't record any of that, did I? Sorry guys. Wish you saw a nice little tide wheel logo, I guess. Challenge complete, baby. Let's freaking go. All right, that is a doe. I believe she should be down. Shouldn't be hard to find. He said he thinks she crashed right up here. I seen blood pouring everywhere. That's my first ever deer from a tree stand, from a saddle. This is only like my third saddle hunt or something. Gave it the old one too, baby. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll go see if we can find any blood. We wanted a big buck, but you know what? She just messed around a little too long. You figure around, you find out. Gonna give it a few minutes. I think she should be down. Let's freaking go. We're gonna come down here and look for blood and see if I can find my arrow. Right there. I already see the arrow, Travis.
Oh, coated.
Absolutely covered, brother.
Coated, brother.
Looks like a decent shot to me. Look at that, guys. You probably can't see it, but there's a lot of red paint all over that. I think that should be a down deer, brother. Blood everywhere. Yeah, I know. That's what I was saying. I told you. That's what we like to see. Painted red. I think she should be dead. Good blood trail. Look at this. Blood. Blood. All right, well, we have given this thing about an hour and a half, 2 hours. I think it's more like 2 hours. And I think that should be plenty enough with as much blood as we're seeing here. Can't really tell much about the video when we play it back. I feel like it's a good hit. There's a ton of blood coming out. We got chunks of stuff on leaves. We're gonna start tracking right now and see if we can find her. There's some. Let's just start right here.
Turn this off.
We'll hung some meat everywhere. Blood on the salt block. Very obvious blood trail. So she went right through here. Look at this. Ton of blood right here.
Started to pump here, didn't she?
Oh yeah, right in here. All right, yeah, she started pumping right here. So when we shot her, she only got about to right here, and we couldn't see where she exactly went. It's kind of hard to track her with a camera. I feel like we should find her pretty soon. All right, well, Zach says that he has found her. Yeah, there's blood everywhere right here. How'd you not see this blood? All right, well, yeah, we got her. She's right over here. Heck yeah, baby. She didn't go, what, 80 yards? Deer down. That's exactly how you want to find them right there. Let's freaking go. Right there. Right there she is. See what the damage is. See exactly where we hit her. So this is black and white, but right there is the entry. It was obviously way too high. We got to turn her over to see where the exit is. Not a great shot, but it done what it needed to do. And guess what, guys? This is not even a doe. This is a button buck. That's right. So this is technically a male, but it pretty much counts as a doe because it is an antlerless deer. What a hole. That's a big flipping hole. Deer down. Not a perfect shot, but it was a fatal shot. That's all we asked for. All right, guys. Right there is the wound on the other side. So I was shooting down at an angle. I did account for that. So it actually was almost a perfect shot. I've never shot from a tree stand before, so that's why it was probably a little higher on the other side, right? Than we wanted. I mean, that's about as good as it gets. All right, James, well, you ready to see the prize?
I'm ready.
I know you're gonna be partaking probably in some hamburger meat or something, steak or something. James has yet to see her. You notice anything about her? Anything from the shoulder up? Do you notice anything? This is a very rare horned doe.
Horned doe?
Yeah, it's like 1 in like 300 or something.
Really?
Yeah, this is a horned doe.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Huh. I was like, you got like a little baby buck or something like that? Like you got a little nub right there? Or what?
It is a baby buck.
It is a baby buck.
It's a button buck.
That's the show.
Okay, we'll see you guys next time.
Show you guys, there is no antler showing. This is a button buck. Your boy took down a button buck. It's not my finest moment, not my proudest video here, but the good thing about it is this is a young deer, which is what we accepted. We knew it was going to be a young doe, but a button buck, I can't say that I would have shot it had I known, because that buck may have had genetics of Crazy 8 or Jethro or Slim Jim, genetics we want to pass on. It also could have not, right? Either way, this guy is going to be eaten, so meat is in the freezer via Walmart's cheapest bow. So yeah, Walmart's cheapest bow actually works. Once again, we proved that it doesn't take expensive equipment to kill a deer. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to see us catch a fish using a real skunk lure, make sure to click this video right here. YouTube really thinks you like this video though. You should check it out. We'll see you on the next one.